It's not that loud. And what I'm doing is pounding a pancake, a little ball of clay, flattening it out. Anybody know why I keep flipping it over in class? Why do I keep flipping it over? So that it flattens out, because you see how flat that side is? And then this side, it kind of has my hand marks in it. So it flattens it out till about 1/4 of an inch. A little more, actually, than 1/4 of an inch. So about 3/8 to 1/2 an inch. So now what I need to do is I need to use my paper clip, and I am going to mark the edges and mark the middle. Mark the edges. So the reason I mark the middle is so that it stays like as I turn it. And so what I'm doing is getting a base the size of my template. Right? So now I'm going to cut around. It's not perfect. That's okay. Now, what you guys probably wouldn't have done is had that base be that size for your pot. Okay, so whatever this is what you're going to try to make. I'm not going to grade you on whether it actually is like that, but it's going to give you more control over the clay. So now what I'm going to do, right? So I'm squeezing it into a snake. Then I'm starting in the middle. And I'm pulling my hands out, okay, pulling them out. So I'm not just pushing down, and you know, if you want to get technical, I'm putting more pressure going out and then less going back. So more pressure going out and less going back. And I'm letting my hands travel across the clay. So the main thing that you guys do wrong is you spend too much time rolling a coil, and they start to get dry and cracky. In which case, I'm not there to tell you what to do, so you have to keep trying it. Okay, that's why we're going to talk about recycling clay. These are about the size of my pinky. Okay, a little bit bigger than a pencil, maybe depending on your pinky size. If they get too fat, your pot's going to get just too heavy. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to score and slip. I'm just going to take and kind of push it down onto the base. And then your paper clip's going to come in handy when you want to connect these two. Right? No scoring and slipping. Does anybody know why? So this clay is just as soft as this clay, and I'm going to actually go around and blend with my thumb. So blend, blend, blend. I'm just taking a little bit of that clay and blending down. And now on the inside, I'm going to take a little bit of that clay and blend. Okay, so where do I put the next coil? Well, on mine, it goes out, right? On yours, it might go in. So what I'm going to do is take this coil, put the connector in a different spot, and it's going to slant out ever so slightly. There's one more tool I wish you had, and that is a curved rib. So if anybody wants to, if you guys want to save like a plastic lid from yogurt or other things, we can cut a rounded rib. Actually, our spoons might work, our sporks might work. So what I'm going to do now, you can see that that coil is a little wider, right? It's a little bigger. So now I'm going to hold my hand on the outside. I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to blend down. I'm pushing it out a tiny bit, but not that much. Now, if it starts to get to the shape that you don't want, you can take that coil off and start again. Now on the outside, I'm going to take and blend down this way. So again, we're not scoring and slipping every coil because I'm blending every coil, right? Okay, so already I can see it probably doesn't go out far enough. What do I do? Okay, according to my thing. Well, that's where this curve part works. So I'm going to take my spork, and it could be, you know, this side of the spork might work a little bit better. And I'm going to sort of push it out as I go around. That actually works good. I'm learning these tools just like you. So So now you can see it angles out a little more, and I like that. That looks good. All right, so then the next coil. The next video, I'm going to show you how to start to get the shoulder and start to go in. I think for now, you're going to try to go, put your template here, and you're going to try to get to the shoulder. And then this part, I have something to teach you on how to go in. Okay, but I think you have enough to work on for today. Okay, I've been building, and what I've been doing is taking my spork and compressing the walls. So in order to get your pot to be stable, you have to compress the walls. And I found that the best thing to do it is your spork, but then also your tongue depressor. So I'm gonna take my tongue depressor and kind of go around like this and push that clay in, because my pot starts going in now. So it's a little soon. I should build up just a little bit more, but it does start going in. And so I've been going around like this to smooth out that outside. You can flip it over. Be careful though if it's too soft. And I'm just gonna put a little foot on there. So I'm gonna spend some time smoothing now. Okay, what I did is I did grab a piece of paper so I could turn it a little easier. And something else that might work is a lid of something, but it's nice to be able to turn your pot as you're working on it. And the other thing I have and you don't have at home is a paddle. And what I really like to do when I start going in is paddle over my hand like that. So something that might work is a wooden spoon, a paint stick might work. Your tongue depressor is a little, it's just not enough. I have a board here, and just a little board of some kind can work. And so that's how you get your pot to go in. And it also helps smooth out the outside. So I'm going to continue coiling on this. Okay, there's a couple things that I've been doing here, and one is angling that coil in, right, and holding it in as I blend to get it to go in, and then sticking my thumb underneath and pulling down like that to really blend it. So you have to blend all those coils. And the other thing that you might need to do is take and add little bits of clay to make it the circle on top again and get it nice and even. And now I'm gonna paddle. Again, if you're at home, you can find something. Otherwise, you can just continue using your tongue depressor. Instead of paddling, you're gonna swipe. Swipe, swipe across the top. Keep swiping across the top. And I'll continue working on it.